How's it going, folks? Nick with Foreclosure Finder. I'm back with another walkthrough of the week. Don't forget to like and subscribe. New videos every Saturday morning. We are out here today in Trumbull, Connecticut, another one of my brokerage's foreclosure assignments. Getting inside for the first time today. Just wrapped up with the appraiser. Did the eviction last week. Got quite a property for you here today. 5,000 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 7.5 baths. And this might be the most labyrinth-like property I've had to date. I know I've shown a few that were a little bit of a maze, but this one is this one's pretty interesting. So it should be a long video just with the size of the house. Stick around, take a look, see what's going on. And again, for any information on these properties or just looking to connect in real estate in general, go ahead and take a look at the links in the video description. All right, so we're going to start on the outside today. I can't walk around the entirety of the backyard just due to the overgrowth. So what we'll do is we'll come back to the front. We'll start kind of on the side here, so you can see we have coming up on the driveway. It kind of splits a little bit up where my car is, splits a little bit here, and then splits a little bit up over here. So plenty of parking at this place. 2 outbuildings. This one seems to be in good shape. This one obviously has some damage to the front. More than likely end up getting that out of here. We do have an abandoned vehicle on site. This will take a little bit longer to get out of here just due to the paperwork and dealing with the tow company. We deal with that every once in a while. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's one of the final things at this place when they finally do the trash out. All right, so we're gonna come out to the side yard here. So again, a little bit limited in the ability just to walk back here due to the overgrowth, but you can see kind of what happened to the in-ground pool. So we have kind of a walkway down into what looks like the patio surround, and then the actual pool itself. But Mother Nature has reclaimed that, as we can obviously see. A lot of overgrowth and deferred maintenance on the backside here as well. Just taking a look, trying not to blind you with the sun, but a lot of moss growth. You can see stuff hanging out of the gutters. So again, just something to keep in mind. I would imagine that pool is going to need some significant work just with the with how much growth is coming out of it. Do have a few retaining walls. They seem to be in pretty good shape, all things considered. We'll see some more on the back side as well. And then we do have wood siding at this property. There's going to be a few problem areas, but that's kind of expected with wood siding. Overall, though, I got to say it's in pretty decent shape, especially considering the kind of what else is going on with the property in terms of deferred maintenance. Because even typically, you would usually see maybe some deterioration along the bottom of some of these panels, but overall in pretty good shape. All right, like I said, before we go inside, we're going to go to the other side of the yard first, just because I can't do a big loop. So we'll take a look, see what's going on this side. Now we are on gas out here, public water. I have to confirm if it's septic or sewer because we couldn't find any septic access, so I'll follow up with the town. But just take a quick peek on the side here. So again, siding in decent shape. Some deferred maintenance, you guys know. Big tree kind of right up on the house. I'd maybe work to maybe get this removed. There's the gas meter right in the back there, and I wanted to show this big housing thing. Come on the other side of the fence here. So I think this is for the generator at the house. This might be original, just due to the size and kind of the design here. It looks a bit like 1950s, 60s industrial. I can't get it open. I already tried getting it open. It seems like it's jammed shut from the inside, but I would imagine the generators in there. Mostly, we have venting for exhaust, and then G Olympia G. I'm gonna assume that's the generator, because we did see some generator hardware inside as well. A lot of ACs. There's 3 on this side. There was 1 on the other side by the pool. All right, and then just gonna bear with me while I watch my step here. So this house has a really unique design. I'm gonna call it a contemporary, just because of some of the ceilings and some of the angles. A lot of windows here, and you can see even in the back, where the wood's not getting a lot of sunlight, where it's a little bit wetter back here. Siding looks okay. A little bit of a problem area in the corner. We'll see if we can get that, but I do want to just take a quick look. Again, just very overgrown. Not too much we can get through over here. So there's a little path carved out, and we'll come down to, I guess, like the formal backyard. Pretty good space back here. It's a little slopey, but it does even out, right on this ledge here. And then you can see, it goes further back into the woods. And then we'll just try to get a shot of the back here. So when we get inside, this is it's almost like a not an atrium, but almost like a greenhouse with the glass floor to ceiling. It's It's like 3 levels basically, so it's going to look pretty cool when we get in there. But I just thought it was a pretty striking design. You know, the house is very short in the front, and then you come to the back and it's all, you know, it's all the way at the top of the frame. So again, some more of that retaining wall. Again, pretty decent shape, all things considered. You can see the amount of deferred maintenance here, so just keeping that in mind. Again, not too much we can see back here with the overgrowth and the debris. Makes it a little difficult to kind of gauge this place, but this is a property where I don't think you're going to be saving too much on the inside, mostly because I think there's going to be some functionality reworks. Let's see if we can get up to the deck here. I see a little path maybe right here. So this shed's obviously shot, got the nice hole through the floor. Let's see if we come, okay, we can get over here. So some stone steps up here. Just, oh, okay, taking a look at the deck. We get you out of the sun there, but you can see they just got it up on some concrete blocks and bricks. So I imagine that's not necessarily to code. But then, yeah, you can check out this angle for this room here. Again, this is probably going to be the selling point, at least for me in this place. This was pretty cool. And then just taking a look right at the rest of the deck. Again, probably this is all probably going to need to be ripped out, replaced. Just a little soft. These stairs are all right, but a little soft overall. So we'll see what's going on. This one, you know, just full. Again, not a full gut, but I think you're going to do some functionality stuff. Maybe open up some walls. So you know, we'll see when we get inside. All right, a lot of junk here. Make sure I don't step on anything. I don't got the steel toes on today. Do have pants though. Again, just trying to keep the creepy crawlies off me. Take a look at this side. Anything going on? No. Okay, but yeah, you can see, you know, just some of the overgrowth, gutters, whatnot. All right. Oh, got the neighbor's dog. Good guard dog. All right, so we'll come on into the front here. So again, just seeing some more of the deferred maintenance, you know, some of the vegetation growth, right? And then as we come up, you know, more of that. And then again, this one's going to be pretty funky. So we got kind of stairs to nowhere right here. And then we're missing a step here. Obviously, you can see something went on. So it's going to need some landscaping, going to need some money spent before you even walk in here. And again, just a lot of kind of debris everywhere. See, circle in the background to the front. Okay. So we're going to come in through like the side entry. This is technically the front door, but we'll come in through the side entry just because, you know, that's where the lockbox was. So again, this one's going to be pretty funky. Rooms on rooms, connected rooms. So what I'll do is we'll go right here first. I'm not going to jump over this garbage, mostly because we can get in through the other side. But we'll have the garage and then a bedroom back here. Garage, we're actually going to get in, I think, through the upper level. Like I said, it's a little weird in here. So again, just so I don't have to crawl over the garbage. But we'll have some lights on too. I left all the ones on that we have, but we'll break out the spotlight here as well. So I mean, I guess you got a bonus room. I don't think this is a bedroom just because no closet in here. But so as you can see, I guess before we get too ahead of ourselves, so we're gonna walk into this room. You know, a little issue there. Walk into this room, and then now you get to the end. Well, do you want to go right? Do you want to go left? So we're gonna go right into like, it looks like maybe a little office storage space, and then this was one of the doors we just saw in that room with the garbage. A little bathroom here. Does it have a full? Nope. Okay, so just oh, here it is. Again, you can just see how chock full this place is. So full bathroom here. Okay. Just again, making sure I'm not missing anything, and then that goes to nowhere, and then the garage on the other side. That door's probably to the garage, but again, just kind of blocked with stuff. But we did get back there kind of going through the upper level. So again, you're walking from, I guess, into this room. We'll go into another room here. So we got a bedroom here because it does have the closet. Looks like they were utilizing it as a bedroom as well. But again, just, you know, door there, door here. You know, maybe a little lack of privacy, just kind of having to cover two. Oh, geez, and a door here out to the deck overlooking the pool. Okay, so 3 doors in this bedroom. Usually not something we typically see. Also going to be a lot of books in this place. They must have been pretty big readers. So this is where I said it gets a little funky. So we're coming out of this room. I guess, hold on, let me not spoil it. So this is that entry we came in from. That was that room we just did a circle in. So we'll come in and we got a staircase going up to the upper level, and then kind of these like Asian inspired, like those paper sliding doors. Remember those from the Simpsons where Homer just like walks through it? He never opened them. He would just walk right through them. So we'll get to the kitchen, but again, just rooms on rooms. So we'll come off, we just came off that bedroom, off the side entry here, come into this bathroom. Now I will say about this place, it does have high ceilings no matter where we are. Basement, upper level, main level, so that's gonna be a pretty good selling point. Again, it's just, you know, getting all the junk out of here and getting this place up to snuff. But yeah, this is a little odd. You got the tub and then a shower here, so a little bit of a weird setup. Maybe you'd love to see like laundry here or something, right? Maybe instead of, was it in the basement? I actually don't remember. Well, I think it's actually on the first level, so there's another spot for it. But again, just kind of thinking out loud. We'll come this way. We'll go straight into this room. So back side, basement's down this side. We'll loop back around. But this was that big room off the rear that we saw. I love this. This is pretty cool. Like sunken bonus room, like atrium with the skylights. You got a fireplace in here. Plenty of natural light. And then if we get a look around, we come the other way. Like this looks pretty cool, right? They got the built-ins with the bookshelves. I can only imagine what this would look like with everything filled up. So this is a pretty, you know, this is kind of the chill room. You know, they have the record player set up, the fireplace, all the books. You know, you could see, you know, lighting a cigar in this thing and enjoying yourself. So pretty cool. And then if we take a look up, you can see it even goes up to the next level. And then above that, there's going to be no level looking down, but there's a spiral staircase going all the way up to the tippity top. So this is pretty cool. A little landing that you can kind of peek over if you really wanted to. It looks like they got both the top and the bottom blocked off with plexiglass right now. But this was a pretty cool room. I like this. I think something like this is going to be a big selling point, especially like with the built-ins. I would try to keep this type of like setup and layout, you know, just kind of modernize it, update it a little bit for what you need to do. Even the fireplace even got blowers on it too. So this is a pretty cool room. I liked this walking in. The rest of the house, a little questionable, but we'll see what's going on. Let's do that. You know what? We got the basement here. Let's get this over with because this was not great. I think the timer on the oven's going off. I'll see if I can fix that so it's not bothering us the whole time. We'll head down here. Now this is a bit of a mess. So we split down. We're gonna come to the left here. You can see we got some discoloration already popping up, some nice mold growth. You guys have seen that before. Looks like they had a few water storage tanks here as well. Again, we are on public water, but just trying to keep that in mind. Again, just seeing some of the mold growth down here. It's not too wet down here, at least doesn't feel like it. So, okay. This looks like more of the generator hardware. Yep, inverter gen, okay. So it's got its own designated area, which is nice, another water storage thing. And then this I was a little confused on. I've never seen anything like this. It's got a different language on it. It almost looks like German, but then like, you know, di portata. You know, it almost sounds like it's Italian. Oh, maybe it's different. I'm an idiot. Never mind. Air rate meter. Okay. So there's just multiple languages. Okay, so air rate meter. Interesting. Again, I haven't seen one of those. Check out that TV. How old do you think that thing is? Probably older than me. All right, little storage room. So yeah, maybe just using for the toweling. Yeah, plug line into generator. Okay. Let's got not get too distracted here. I feel like a corrugated. What is this? This material? It's like it's concrete almost. Interesting. I've never seen this. It almost looks like skirting, like you'd see on the side of a trailer. Okay. A little bit of a dungeon walking into this concrete. You can even see the door there too. So okay. Some storage on this side, and this is gonna, I think, no, this doesn't connect. It just looks the same. So storage on this side, pretty typical. I mean, again, you can see kind of a lot of the stuff, but you know, one thing I gotta mention, I mentioned it when we walked in, just kind of the high ceilings. You know, we're in the basement and there's still plenty of headroom here, and that's with a drop ceiling. There's one part that's exposed that I'll show you guys, kind of see what's going on. So, yeah, so this was from what I understand, a rooming house. There was just a bunch of individual adults living here, not necessarily a family. Bit worse for wear. You can see this bathroom's seen better days. Yikes. I don't even know what happens there. But yeah, you know, none of this really gonna be salvaged, just the basement, get the stuff out of here. Yeah, I'll apologize for the posters. This guy liked his, I refer to it as like mechanics posters, you know, the girls in the bikinis. Looks like they're straight out of 1980. But this almost looked like an in-law apartment. Now, there is an accessory apartment on the tax card. However, this seems a little funky to me, honestly, that the town would approve something like this. You can see we got like a little dinette, kitchenette area. You got a stove. You know, it's got a wet wall. Obviously, you know, sinking in there. Probably not in good shape, but you know, we're going to go off the tax card. You know, I was talking to the appraiser with it. She's going to do some due diligence, but basically like a little studio down here. And you do have exterior access to the back of the house and then a door over there to the other side of the basement. So again, you know, they did an eviction here. People were living at this place, as much as I hate to say it, as of last week. I guess of last week of this video coming out. So a little tough to see. I mean, we've mentioned that before. These can be a little rough sometimes, just some of the situations these people are in, how they're living their lives, right? Mechanical room. Now we got two furnaces down here and an air handler upstairs. Again, 5,000 square feet, multiple kind of sections of the house. So I think we have another water heater too. Can't remember where it is off the top of my head. Might be in the upstairs, but yeah, as you can see, you know, family room zone. You know, they even marked them off. So these don't look too bad. I mean, we got some rust. It's gonna need some maintenance. They look a bit older, but honestly, with the with what I saw in the pictures and kind of approaching the place, I expected this house to be in a bit worse shape than it is. But you can even see, so as we walk in, you know, plenty of ceiling, plenty of headroom here. You can see kind of the difference between where the drop ceiling is and where the actual ceiling is. So there's a lot of potential down here to expand, create some additional living space, you know, like they did here. Obviously just have to, you know, clean it up and get it in good shape. Can't keep it the way it is. And then again, just more rooms, more storage. This is the other side of the furnace room. So three in here, I'm sorry. 3 furnaces in here. We have the air handler upstairs that we'll take a look at. Just more storage, more storage. Here's our public water meter. Looks like we got a water filter as well. Okay, probably all the zones, right? Okay. And then yet another room, yet another finished area down in the basement. This looks like a mirror of that other room we were just in with the kitchenette. This one obviously just wasn't, you know, set up to be like that, but you got the exterior access and then the door to that other room. So like I said, there's a lot of potential in this place, and we haven't even, you know, we're just through the basement. But in terms of like, you know, living space, expansion space, you know, even storage space, there's going to be plenty here. 5,000 square foot footprint. And then our panels. So we have 2 panels, one in the other room and then one in this room here. So again, just trying to see what's going on. A lot of books, a lot of stuff. Any of the pickers in the comments that watch the channel, go ahead and let me know. I think there were some record players. We're going to see a ton of books. So just keeping that in mind. All right. A lot of furniture in this place too, and just some more storage. Okay. But yeah, nice one so far. Now, before we get started, I'm going to go try to turn that. You can hear it. It almost sounds like water running. It's the timer for the kitchen. So we'll pop into the kitchen. I'll turn that off and we can tour that. So like I said, we got like these you know, Asian inspired like paper doors. These actually slide back and forth, which I thought was kind of interesting. It's almost a way to like box off the kitchen, you know, without actually having to put walls up. Now I think we're a little bit limited on light, so let me just come right here, and this was going off when I first came in. All right, there we go. All right, so kitchen. I mean, nice kitchen. Plenty of room in here, plenty of potential. You even got a, you know, an eat-in area on the far side there, kind of off the deck. This is nice, you know, the pass-through there, but they got the sheet over it. So pretty good, a lot of storage. You get kind of the island feel. I'd almost keep this footprint. Let's take a look at it from this side. All right, so a little bit of maybe some roof leaks, skylight leaks. That's to be expected. We know skylights, it's not an if, it's a when. Okay, and then let's turn. All right, so I kind of like this. A lot of headroom in here. Not a big fan of the style of the cabinets, like with the clear glass doors, but it kind of matches actually what they were doing, so I think I understand it. But I'd probably keep most of this. Well, maybe I wouldn't, because the thing is, if you're going to take this stuff down, this kind of opens up the kitchen quite a bit, and then that might impact what you want to do on this wall, if that's going to be all open hallway. On this wall, if that's going to be open hallway. All right, so maybe I'm not keeping the footprint. But again, that's just something to think about. You know, you're not going to keep this stuff, but now that divider's no longer there, so how's the flow and the functionality of the kitchen going to work? The thing is, though, you got plenty of space in here to kind of do whatever you want. Big footprint, and then having kind of like the separate eat-in area is pretty nice. Because you can even make, yeah, because I was going to say, you know, even if you wanted a formal dining room, well, we could walk right across the kitchen into this room, and you can maybe make this your formal dining room. Oh, I kind of like that light fixture. That's kind of cool. So yeah, this is, you know, looks like it's just a study, an office or something, but I could see this, you know, right across the hall from the kitchen here. Maybe turning this into the dining room, having these doors open. Almost even maybe suggest pocket doors. I'm a big fan of pocket doors, but okay, was this on? All right, no, it was a slider. Okay. But yeah, just so, I mean, kitchen, it's got the potential. It's just, you know, what do you want to do? And with this one, like I said, you're going to see some more functionality concerns. So, you know, if you start ripping walls down, how is that going to, you know, is that going to have a domino effect kind of with the rest of the work? All right, so do got a pocket door here. I knew I saw one somewhere. So this kind of like separates almost like the main living area with kind of like a secondary living area. But then this is the front door. So this would have been where we came in. Let's do this. Let's pretend we came in through the front door. Nice entryway, by the way. Kind of like a formal, you know, not into the house just yet. As you can see, they had some furniture and stuff lined up. I'd maybe frame this out with a closet because this just kind of seems like open, wasted space. And then you got a little powder room here right as you walk in too. Or, you know, maybe even extend the bathroom to the back side, maybe get a full bath. I mean, it's already got 7.5 baths, but again, just kind of spitballing. This kind of seems like wasted space. You can see a closet or storage, you know, some type of storage system there. So we'll walk in. Now this was pretty cool. I really like this, you know, cool piano obviously, but we walk into this living room. Check out this ceiling. Just the wood pyramid. This is pretty sweet. I haven't seen anything like this in my career. I'm a big fan, and this kind of matches with that other room we saw with the windows. This is really cool. Again, I've never seen something like this. I don't know if it's the shape of the pyramid, because I'm a big fan of pyramids just as a shape in general. You know, like big into the Giza pyramids and whatnot. But then like the wood kind of works too, because it feels like you're in a ship. So this is pretty sweet. You know, I think between that other room with the windows, this type of feature, you know, this is going to be a good selling point for the home. It's just, can you see kind of past the mess and the debris to see that? But big windows. I mean, even if I just come back this way, oh, and let me mention the parquet floor, right? So like this is a really nice area. It almost seems like this is almost like a carryover from that other room, kind of similar style and aesthetic. But this was really sweet. Massive windows, you know, decent amount of natural light. No lights on in here, so I do have some of the shades drawn. But this was really cool. Again, just something I've never seen. Usually don't see this type of architecture in Connecticut up here in the Northeast. So I thought that was really, really cool. I wanted to show that off. You come into another room here, so just more of the parquet floor. I like parquet floors. I don't know kind of what it is. I kind of like the back and forth pattern. I'm also a Celtics fan, so that might play into it because their court's parquet. Got some stained glass here. Okay, that's pretty cool. Is it real? I think it is. Okay, pretty sweet. Haven't seen that in a property in a while, but again, just another space. We're kind of off the backyard here. Okay, but again, just rooms on top of rooms on top of rooms. But again, just coming into the ceiling. This is cool. I almost wish like this was the kitchen. I feel like this would be way cooler to have in your kitchen than your living room, but that's just me. Just thinking about, you know, when they designed the house, what their thoughts were. So this is like another, again, just more hallways, more rooms. This I think was maybe the primary suite, or a primary suite I guess would probably be upstairs. Well, again, I'd maybe figure it out, but first floor bedroom that has the ensuite. Don't worry, those are BB guns. Otherwise the marshal would have taken them, and I scoped them out real quick too. But yeah, so primary bedroom here, I would guess. Good size, good space. Again, good ceiling height in this place. Not too, even the flooring's not in bad shape. I don't think this is the real hardwood though. This looks like the vinyl plank. Yeah, you can see a little bit of it coming apart there. And again, yeah, Red Ryder. I'm pretty sure that's a BB gun, like an old school BB gun. Wow, old copy of Catcher in the Rye. Had to read that in high school. Didn't enjoy it. All right. Let's see, and then I think if we peek around, I'm just gonna step over this. So there was no like door here, it was just kind of open. And then we come into a bathroom. But again, good size, a little tough to walk back here, but good size, good ceiling height. You can see the skylight right over the shower, jacuzzi tub. So this is pretty sweet, a lot of potential, double vanity. And then you get a shower as well that looks pretty large. And this got a skylight here, let me poke you up there, yep. All right, so this would be a pretty cool primary ensuite. Again, I don't know if I'd love the fact that it doesn't have a door, but I guess that's kind of what that other door was. You're kind of separating it. Oh, try not to fall down here. You're kind of separating it from the rest of the house. You know, this is kind of your entry door here to the whole thing. So now it was a rooming house, so there were like individual adults. So I would imagine this was somebody's, you know, area, and then you'll see some other spots in the house that are similar, kind of with the locks and stuff. But again, I see the potential here. It's gonna be a lot of money just because of the size. You know, 5,000 square feet. It's 5,000 square feet of material, you know, flooring, paint, things like that. So, all right, so we're looping back through the front. Let's go upstairs. So this will put us right above that library with the windows. And you'll see, yeah, so these are the shades that were blocking them off. Now, obviously a little tough to get back there, so I won't be able to see it, but that would be looking down straight into that library. I guess while we're here, let's head up the spiral staircase. Now, we've had spiral staircases before. This one is pretty tight. You can just see kind of the width of these steps here. So let me squeeze up this one for you guys here. And then again, this is just that top part of the kind of that library, you know, all those windows. You get the skylights up here, a little area, a little lounge area. Maybe like a hangout for the kids or the teenagers or something, right? Because they're the only ones that are gonna be able to fit up the staircase. Don't love the fact that they got the angle kind of worked right in here, but I mean, what else are you gonna do? Kind of just feels a little closed off, but again, you know, what else are you gonna do? It looks like we got some attic access up there, okay. All right, let me just make sure I don't bust myself walking down these. Again, pretty tight. Surprisingly, we've had other ones where they were pretty wide, so. All right, what we'll do is, so there's a bedroom here. I'm gonna show you it from this angle. Because what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk around the rest of the top floor here and end up in this room from the other side. So again, massive ceilings, you know, very high ceilings, little skylight issue there. And then what we'll do is we will come around. Again, we came up this way, there's the stairs. So here's a door. Where do you think this door goes? It goes nowhere. It goes to the closet of this bedroom, which I thought was a little weird. Why would especially when you have doors here for the closet. So just kind of question, scratching my head. But again, another big bedroom, high ceilings, skylight. Oh, there's that fixture again. I mean, you can even see, like, I probably wouldn't put the fan that low. Wow, okay, yeah, I'm just trying to take it in here. And then, so this was kind of looked like it was being used as its own kind of area, like a living room. There's a bedroom, bathroom to the right here, and then almost had the bathroom set up like a kitchen. So bedroom in here, and then what we'll do is we'll walk into another bedroom. So, you know, a lot of storage, a lot of junk, must have been heavy readers in here. But another bedroom, and this one goes a bit further back, a little bit more of a choppy rectangle here. So it comes all the way in the back. This was kind of weird. I'm kind of trying to figure out what this is, because they have it blocked out for some reason. I'm trying to think what's right under us. This might be like where the kitchen is? No. I think we're above are we above that point in the living room? I don't know. This place is funky. This place is funky, and then a full bath up here. So plenty of room to store family members, that's sure. Between all the bedrooms and the bathrooms, everyone, you know, you won't have to be waiting to use the bathroom or take a shower. But again, just a lot of stuff to do here. Because again, you know, it's one thing to renovate a house. It's another thing to renovate a 5,000 square foot house. Especially too, just with some of these ceilings, how high they are. I mean, you know, guys gonna have to get on the ladders to paint, do the whole thing. You got skylight work. So, you know, that stuff does add up, you know, when the house gets bigger. So bathroom here, a little bit of a Jack and Jill with the other one that we started with. And you can see, like I said, it was kind of like a rooming house. It looks like they may have been kind of using this as a kitchen / bathroom. You know, again, I'm not sure the specifics of it, but you do have a full bath in here. There's the shower tub, and then I think the toilet was in here. Yep. It's even your own little closet, but again, just high ceilings, got the fan. And then seeing some more issues with the skylight. So again, we know those, not an if, it's a when. But again, good sized bathroom, maybe seeing like, you know, connected and then coming through here, and then this is just the other side of that first room. So Pretty interesting. Again, just kind of a lot going on here just to take in. You know, not only do you have the functionality, but you also have the just all the junk everywhere. Now I'm going to do a quick lap again, only because I'm trying to find out. There's another room up here. I think I already lost where it is. It wasn't in here. No, because this goes all the way to the end. All right, there was another room because that's how we get to the garage. So let's do this. I gotta figure out where it is though. Like I said, this is probably one of the more mazier houses okay, there it is. So on the other side of this bedroom, there is a door to go into more bedrooms. More bedrooms and more storage. I was like, where'd it go? Here we are. So again, another bedroom off a bedroom coming through, and this is gonna have its own ensuite as well. So we'll come on through. This was the air handler, I believe. Just make sure. Yeah, so the air handler there, okay. You can see big Marlboro fans. It's a lot of cigarettes. And then come again, another pass through, just so many storage like options and just a lot of square footage to this place. So then yeah, little bathroom here. We got light. That's the light for the bedroom, light in here. So yeah, another full bathroom. Right, you know, again, not too crazy, you know, standard update, nothing too out of the ordinary. And then another bedroom. So it's like, you know, what's going on here? Nope. Oh, do we have power in this one? All right, we do. But again, you know, they had the sink in here. So again, I would imagine they were, you know, he's got this microwave, his toaster oven, the heater. So this guy probably hung out in here. You know, this was like his apartment, whatever. And then everyone else had their kind of their own separate spaces. Almost set up like a dormitory, right? This one a little tougher just because of the angle. Not too much headroom in here. You got to kind of stay in the middle. And then you can see we got the skylight too. Is that venting? Maybe venting for the skylight. Okay. And now what we'll do is I'm going to turn this light off just so I don't have to come back up this way. Now we will come down to a back stairwell. And then this, so this door leads out to the backyard. And then this door, oh, did I just lose my light there? Oh, that's not going to be good. There we go. Because we're going to come into the garage, and the light might just be dying right at the time. So, garage again, just full of junk. So, two-car garage, losing the light a little bit here. So, looks like we got good timing. But I mean, really nothing too out of the ordinary in here. It's just a garage full of stuff, a little bit of mold on the top, right? So just clean out, clean up. And that was that door from that room that had all the garbage in it. So again, just really weird in terms of the layout. I'm not going to go through there just because I can't get through the other side. So I guess we are going to have to go back up this way. But just a very weird layout. I'm just trying to think, you know, what the original design was, what's been changed since then. Because just having this whole kind of part of the house off a bedroom, like, you know, this part that we're walking through right now, this seems like, you know, it was done after the fact and maybe wasn't part of the original layout, but I mean, it could be. I don't know. Like I said, this one is a bit confusing. Just a lot going on here in terms of functionality and just kind of the setup. All right, yeah, back into the main part. Okay. Wow, so yeah, quite a tour today. A little confusing, but glad we were able to get through it. All right, I think that's going to wrap it up. I'm pretty sure I got every room. If I forget one, I'll loop it in at the end of the video. But I appreciate you guys sticking around for another walk through the week. Again, for any information on these properties or just looking to connect in real estate in general, go ahead and take a look at the links in the video description. All right, Nick signing off till next time. See ya.